Hi, my name is Yang Zeng. I will use this PowerPoint to briefly introduce my final project of utilizing the MIS in business process redesign and sustainability. The business process redesign fundamentally rethink the corporation current business process, reinvent it, and work out the new business process, and then expect a significant increase in performance. It can eliminate some useless process and overlapping functions of departments. It's conducive to make flat information and the networked organization structure and improve the management efficiency and the management level organizations from the structure level. One of the principles of business process redesign is creatively using of information technology, and the management information system is the core of using information technology to manage the organizations. The MIS is the enabler of business process redesign, and on the other hand, the purpose of business process redesign is for the sustainability of a company. It is a process or status that can be maintained for a long time. For human society, the sustainability consists of the three interrelated indivisible parts, which are ecological sustainability and the economic sustainability and the social sustainability. Then I will talk about the methods we use in the management information system. The first one is R project. R project can be defined as data analysis software, a programming language, an environment for statistical analysis, and an open source software project. As data analysis software, data scientists, statisticians, analysts, quants, and others who need to make sense of data use R for statistical analysis, data visualization, and predictive modeling. As a programming language, it helps programmers to do data analysis in R by writing scripts and functions in the R programming language. As an environment for statistical analysis, it available in R language are functions for virtually every data manipulations, statistical model, or chart that the data analysts could ever need. As an open source software project, it means R is free for everybody who wants to download it, and R can be served in various aspects such as statistical analysis, financial analysis, data mining, um, and data visualization, and so on. It can be used into almost every aspect that you can think of. For example, the Facebook's data team used R in 2007 to answer two questions about the new users. The first question is which data points predict whether a user will stay, and the second question is if they stay, which data points predict how active they will be after 3 months. And in my opinion, I think the American can use R as a decision support tool to check their economic environment and make predict for the trend, thus helped America to develop a sustainable economy. The next method is the MapReduce. MapReduce is used to manage and collect data, and on the other hand, the MapReduce can not only be applied in managing and sorting the source of government's revenue, but also it can be applied in American source of raw materials and energy. The method Hadoop. The Hadoop is a base but most important framework. Others like Mahout, Cassandra, and Bigtable are all based on it. For example, Facebook is one of the companies which use Hadoop successful. In Facebook company, they have at least these three interrelated but distinct uses. The first one is it provides the data of effects of advertising campaigns on Facebook. The second one is in the history of running real-time operating data. Data analysis helps to improve products and solve problems. The third one is become practical and long-term archival storage of log dataset. And the government has applied Hadoop distributed file system to gather the data of real-time environment monitoring and analyze this data to work out the various trend graphs to monitor and predict environment situations in each place. Then the next one is artificial neural networks. It also known as ANN. It's relatively crude electronic models based on the neural structure of the brain. The brain basically learns from the experience. It is natural proof that some problems that are beyond the scope of current computers are indeed solvable by small energy efficient packages. This brain modeling also promises a less technical way to develop machine solutions. And this new approach to computing also provides a more graceful degradation during the system overload than its more traditional counterparts. And the artificial neural networks also used in 2013 to solve the carbon emission estimation problems. And the input output, the equation is shown at below. Then the next one is fuzzy logic. I will not talk about the definition of fuzzy logic here because I think it's not very important to talk about it, right? So I will focus on comparing the fuzzy method to bivalent methods in characterize the temperature of a room. The bivalent set theory can be somewhat limiting if we wish to describe a humanistic problem mathematically. For example, in the figure 1 below, it illustrates the bivalent sets to characterize the temperature of a room. And the most obvious limiting feature of bivalent sets that can be seen clearly from the diagram is that they are mutually exclusive. It is not possible to have membership of more than one set, and clearly it's not accurate to define a transition from a quantity such as warm to hot by the application of 1 degree Fahrenheit of heat. In the real world, a smooth drift from warm to hot would occur. And this neutral phenomenon can be described more accurately by the fuzzy set theory, like it's shown in the figure 2 below. It shows how the fuzzy sets quantifying the same information can describe this natural drift. Then let's move on the gamma filter fusion algorithm. The experts designed the vehicle health maintenance system based on the gamma filters to estimate the vehicle standards and the parameters. And then I will introduce this in a scientific way. Based on the 2-degree freedom vehicle mode, I established the 3-degree freedom vehicle mode, which includes the yaw, lateral, and the longitudinal. And this kinetic model is described by the equation. The is showing the at the left from the first one to the third one. And after we do the calculations of the above three equations, we are going to use the observation equation, which is shown below. And in this equation, A means the distance between front axon and the centroid, and B means the distance between the rear axon and the centroid. Based on the equation 1, 2, 3 and the observation equation, we can obtain the standardized state equation and the new the observation equation, which is shown below. The left one is the state equation and the right one is the new observation equation. Alright, let's move on next step. Then we use the title expansion to make the above model linearized, and then we will get the result shown below. And then the extended gamma filter fusion algorithm is shown as a graph, will be like this below too. And when we give an initial value to this system, the extended gamma filter will start circle work, and then this system will real-time estimate the vehicle health maintenance status. Then let's talk about the system development lifecycle. If we want to develop a software or application, we have to follow the 6 main stages. The first stage is the evaluation. This stage is the software developer to discuss with the demand side, meaning determine the software development objectives and the feasibility of the software. Then the second stage is the analysis. Understand the customer's needs of the software system, write the specifications and the primary user manual, and then submit it to review. Then the third stage is the design. This stage is mainly based on the results we analyzed out in the analysis stage, and then we design for the software system, such as system framework design, database design, and so on. And the software design is generally divided into the overall design and the detailed design. Then the fourth stage is implementation. We convert the results of software design to program code that can be run by computers. Then the fifth stage is testing. After completion of the software design, to go through rigorous tests and find the software's issues throughout the design process and then correct these issues. Then the last stage is the maintenance. Software maintenance is the longest stage of the software lifecycle. It includes two aspects, which are the corrective maintenance and another one is the improvement maintenance. I think this is a briefly PowerPoint presentation of my final project. Thank you for watching my presentation, Dr. James Ryder. And I'm very enjoying your class in this summer, and I wish you have a nice summer too.